Hey there folks, this is Gabriel Shahin, Certified Financial Planner and President of Falcon Wealth Planning. Today I'm going to talk to you about gold prices. What are the things you should be watching out for? Because you've been sold and pitched to say that gold is an inflation hedge and it's to protect you against the dollar. Folks, that is absolute nonsense. I'll give you a few examples. This is straight from onlygold.com, and it shows how gold in 1973 was almost about $20 an ounce. Heck, this continued for over the next 100 years at $20 an ounce for 1900. It also continued for the next almost 30 years at the exact same price. Now, 1940 came along, it was $34.50 an ounce for gold. Now, historical inflation at the time was roughly, it was over 3%. Now, when you take a look, the inflation, if you calculate gold from 1793, was not even 0.5%. 1960, not even 0.5%. Heck, once it went up to 1980 when gold had its absolute surgence. Now, that's during the Jimmy Carter years. That's when inflation was in the teens. Long story short, sure, that's where it finally caught up, where it was at 2% inflation since 1793. So yeah, gold caught up with inflation. Good job. But historically, at that point, was in the 5 to 7% range. So yet again, gold significantly underperformed. Continue the conversation. In 1990, gold was at about $400 an ounce, was at a 1.5%. As you can see, it dropped from 1980 to 1990. Let's continue. 2000 was at $272, dropped again. 2010, $1,400 an ounce. It had a great 10 years from 2000 to 2010. And then sure enough, recently you look at $1,800 an ounce. That's at the end of the year. Year to date, gold has done nothing in 2022. It hasn't went up and hasn't gone down while the stock market has went down. Sure, while the inflation rates were almost at 10%. Folks, I don't know where people are coming up with gold is an inflation hedge. I'll take it a step further. You know who you're hearing it from? The people at late night infomercials, late night radio, internet, emails that you're getting, people trying to sell it to you. We had a client that came to us and shared with us a story that they bought something off somebody that was selling them gold. They bought it in the early 2000s at about $300 an ounce. They sold it 10 years later at $1,200 an ounce. They made 4 times their money in 10 years. That is fantastic. They put in $50,000. You know how much they got out? No, not $200,000. I know what you're doing. You're simple math. You're a genius. That's not what's happening. Gold is an unregulated market. You know how much they ended up getting? $50,000. They made nothing. They put in 50. Even though gold went up 4x, they got back 50 when they cashed it out. Why? Because it was a 50% commission going in, which they didn't disclose, and a 50% commission going out. Folks, the people trying to sell you gold are the ones that are trying to take advantage of you. You got to be careful. And it is not an inflation hedge. You think if the world goes to an end, what, you're going to go to a McDonald's and chip off a piece of the gold and they're going to give you back gold or silver? Give me a break. It's being sold to you at those end of world US.orgs, all those nonsense websites. Be mindful of that. And heck, if you really want an inflation hedge at the time, inflation by itself would have been better. If you had $20 an ounce at a 3% inflation rate over the past 200 plus years, gold theoretically should be worth almost 17,000 an ounce. This is why you should stay disciplined in your portfolio and talk to somebody who's truly unbiased. Folks, if you have any questions, please reach out to us below.